Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dominion Gaming TV. My name is Wolf and I am bringing to you some more Starcraft 2 action, and in fact I am bringing to you some HSL action. This is going to be Game 3, I'll explain that a little bit later in the video, of FaDeWelshy versus BattleToast for the MHS Melbourne High School versus Marauder Pineapple semi-final. Now this will be the last match to be played. At the end of the match I will explain what the scenario is, but so let's introduce our players. Spawning in the bottom left hand side on dual site we have ourselves FaDeWelshy. Can he go 2-0 versus BattleToast and get the lead, tie up the series versus Melbourne High? And speaking of Melbourne High, we got BattleToast here, our Protoss player in the top right hand side, probably on switch sides of the map. The Protoss should be where Welshi is, and Welshi should be where the Protoss is, but that doesn't matter. His name is BattleToast for Melbourne High School. Alright, so let's just quickly see what is happening. From the looks of it, it's just going to be a standard gateway into a gateway expand, because if you go forge fast on this map, well, you actually can't really forge fast on this map, because if you put the pylon there and you put your forge there or whatever, there's actually a lot of surface area where the Zerg can get in. So it's generally advised that you go it's gateway first. He's talking about something, but I don't exactly know what that is. The spawning pool into gas into hatch, which is standard, which has been happening all day. Gas is now complete for BattleToast. Just going to be getting up that cybernetics core. Just going to be playing again, as I said, standard as standard can be. Now we saw in that last map that Welshi was just able to absolutely overwhelm BattleToast simply because he was able to put on a lot of early pressure and make BattleToast feel like he couldn't leave his base ever. And so he ended up being on two bases until like at least 20 minutes, I feel, 20-30 minutes, and it just set BattleToast so far behind. Now I wonder if he can change this in this game, but if you could change this in this game, I don't exactly know. What he's going to do is he's going to go for a more macro style, he's going to go for a more aggressive style. And these links are now moving out across the map. You're not going to be able to deny this this scout from the probe. It could have done that, but isn't going to. Now the stalker is on the way for our Protoss player, as well as metabolic boost. The natural is on the way for our Zerg player, as well as the warp gate technology, the most important technology of the Protoss army, if you will. Now Chrono boosting out that sentry just to be able to get, if the Zerglings decide to poke up, just to be able to force through the bottom of the ramp and kill a few. Now 2 more gateways being added here. This has been exactly what BattleToast has done in the last game, going for this gateway style and then expanding out and pushing out once he's got 3 bases. But it turns out that he just thinking that 3 bases is much safer, or 3 gateways, sorry, is much safer than 1 gate expand. He probably could have expanded with what he's got, but oh well. Let's actually say something about this map. Wait, what? You can do that? Oh, okay. There's 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers on this map. There's a mode of this where both watchtowers, only one of these watchtowers can be operated by 1 team. So say I think it's this tower can only be operated by this team, and this tower can only be operated by this team. But apparently that's changed for this version of the map. Now he is going to kill the probe. No, he isn't. He almost denied the expansion there. The expansion does go down, but the probe may die. No, he's going to kill another freeling without dying there. Now some more links are going to be going out across the map, and just going to be droning up here. Actually, no, not droning up. Going to be getting an extra 10 Zerglings here, looking to put on a lot of pressure here now that the Nexus has gone down. I guess that is a relatively smart choice. He does have 5 sentries though, and that's going to mean a lot of force fields. But he will want to get a lot more units out on the field just to be able to deal with this amount of Zerglings. But to be fair, he doesn't actually know that the amount of Zerglings that are on the field, it isn't a whole lot. Now the Zerglings are going to be coming in here while the robotics facility is on the way. He's going to get a complete surround. The force fields are alright, but he does waste all his energy except for on one, but will end up killing one of the sentries there, who was really low and trapped itself. Some zealots on the way, and now 16 more Zerglings are on the way, so looking to put on a lot of pressure here really early. So let's see how that works for him. One thing I did notice is that Welshi hasn't been getting as many drones as he should be. He's not getting, maybe it's because he's going on for this really heavy style, but really he's only on one base economy right here, and that's about it. Soon he won't be able to compete with BattleToast. Now BattleToast is now fully saturated, if not oversaturated, and is sending down the probes down to its natural now. Forge is on the way. That is simply for the cannons as well as the upgrades that he can get. Zergling's going to be moving in here, putting on some pressure. He's going to put some damage onto the Nexus, but is just going to be free damage onto, really, because the shield can repair. Now the Chronomist is going into the Nexus. This will up the shield regen as well as the production of his probes. More than likely for the latter, just get some more production on his probes. Now a third base is on the way, as well as his lair. His lair is about halfway complete, as well as a big wave of 15 drones. Maybe he feels that he's put on enough pressure for now, and his droning is the correct move. Now +1 attack is on the way for our Protoss player BattleToast, as well as an Immortal from his robotics facility, which I think is there. Yeah, there we go. The robotics the Immortal is just going to be able to do a lot of damage to buildings if he decides to push out, but I don't exactly know what he's thinking about this. He might not get that many Immortals simply because his enemy has so many lings and hasn't shown any sign of teching to Rogers. Now the last 3 gases are now completed and going to be looking to drone up, but the one thing that I am noticing is that all his drones are going to his third base when he still isn't saturated on his natural. He hasn't even gotten the gases running at his natural. BattleToast does have an observer in the natural and is seeing this. Now a double Evo chamber was taken down, but no upgrades so far coming from them. The Spire is now on the way, and then again this map is again a good map for a Spire, simply because you can harass from the bottom side with relative ease, really, except for you can get a good line, you can get a good few placed cannons along here, and you can protect the mineral line fairly easily, as well as the main of your base. Now he can put on a bit of pressure up on this side of the map as well, but it's just not as good as a location. Now the Changeling is in the main base here. We'll be able to scout absolutely anything that is happening. +1 is now just wrapping up for our Protoss player, so +1 armor is now on the way, but a big swell of lings is on the way. Maybe he's looking to do the same thing that he did last game. He's getting a lot of lings, 34 lings to be exact. How many lings does he have right now? 21 lings plus those 34. That'll be a load of lings. You can do the math, I know what it is in my head. Now the Spire is almost complete. So looking on to put on a bit of pressure with those Mutalisks. It is a relatively good map for it, but if you can get your blink and a good number of stalkers, he can just blink up between here and there, and you can get up relatively easily. Now the Warp Prism is now completed. Going to be pushing out across the map now. He's actually doing this at a relatively good time, but by the time he attacks, the +1/+1 may be almost finished. 7, 8 mutas are now on the way. We'll be pushing down into the third. More than likely going to be able to get a few drone kills here. Yeah, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and going to be able to get this hatchery now. Now he does spot the mutas spawning at the third base, so he will know that the mutas are now on the way. And the Zerglings are getting a good flank here. If he decides to push in, the Zerglings will get a good flank. Now they're all moving in here from every side, but they will just be able to snipe down the Mutalisks. They get the Mutalisks focus fire the Warp Prism. No, it won't. Good force fields is allowing all the Zerglings to get away, and more Stalkers are coming in here and just absolutely dominates all the Mutalisks that he now has. +1/+1 is almost complete, as well as +1/+1 for the Protoss player. Our Protoss player BattleToast is looking to move up into the natural of Welshi. Welshi is probably just going to be looking to try and take this out with lings. That's actually 2 or more is just going to be doing so much damage. The force fields are actually pretty good. cutting off half of the Zerglings. Now the Zerglings are just not being able to get the surface area because of so many force fields. More soldiers are being warped in here. GG, well played, and Welshy has called it quits here. Now here's a really sad information that I need to give to you. This was in fact Game 3 in a best of 3 series, so I assumed that BattleToast won Game 2, but I did not have the replay for Game 2. For some reason it was not a part of the replay pack. I only had Game 1 and Game 3, and I know this. I know I confirmed it with the person who was running the tournament, and that it was a victory from BattleToast. So in fact, that means that since there wasn't any more matches played, it was that Melbourne High ended up winning 2-0 over Marauder Pineapple High and putting them into the grand finals. Now this means they'll either verse Nazareth College or Baldwin High. So I'm going to get on to casting them straight away. But so just a quick reminder, BattleToast does bring it in and goes 2-1 versus Welshy for Melbourne High School. In the first matchup, it was VB Pothead versus Untitled. Untitled did beat Pothead 2-0. So that again puts Melbourne High School 2-0 over Marauder Pineapple High, aka the Merc team. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.